You rock, my friends. You Rock podcast is for women like you who want to own your life and live an engaged and joyful life. Hosted by Dr. Aliyah Majid, mom of 3, devoted wife, and a scientist-turned-life coach on a mission to empower women to take control of their lives. In this podcast, we deliver tools, insights, and inspiration on rocking your own life, owning to your highest potential, and becoming the best version of you. Now, here's your host, Dr. Aliyah Majid.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Welcome back again to You Rock podcast for ambitious women to go after the life they want. And here we talk about how to read more books this year or the coming year, right? So, if you know how to read, then reading books is easy. You simply have to make time to read. But, it's easier said than done, of course. So when I look at my own reading habit, lately, I can be honest that it's not getting that good, okay? That's an honest thing that happened. Life happens, people get busy and, tiba-tiba baru perasan yang dah berapa lama tak buka buku and baca, right? So, for the last few months, I guess, I started to found out that I have been neglecting on spending time to read books, which honestly, when I was back in Japan, it comes easily for me because, my life was a bit more predictable and disciplined when I was doing my PhD. But when now I'm working alone, starting a business, there's so many other things to do, and reading a book becomes the last thing for me to think about. So that comes to the fact that reading a book should not be my last priority every day. And actually, it's the first thing that I'm trying to do every day. So these days, I try to at least have some time to read on my Kindle or listen to the Audible, probably during, doing other things, so that I can, really progress on the books that I'm reading. And I'm just being honest here. It's not easy to make time these days when the kids are at home, and I don't want to be not present for them. I like to really, be present for them and try to focus on whatever they need, their needs too, because at the end of the day, I have one kid in primary school and 2 kids in kindergarten and nursery, and the reality is that they still need our help, so they are my most priority. So making time for them, of course, would be my number one priority. But reading more books in a year is something that I want to achieve too, okay? So how can I do this, right? So one of the things that I know I could make progress, it's not like achieving, reading like 30, 40 or 100 books a year, but every year at least I have spent 1 book per month to really read and learn something, so that I can be really confident that, this year I have gone through life, and life has been challenging for me, but you see, I have also read all of these books and I learned a lot too. So I'm not that kind of person who I think I have alhamdulillah overcome my proactiveness to reading whatever that what we say, viral, which tiba-tiba orang send, and sometimes you feel like reading at that moment and being proactive for that. I I kind of protecting my time, because I know that if I started to click on those things, my time is too valuable to be randomly proactive to all these things that I don't know whether it's worth reading or not. So yeah, I try to not click anything. So don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't want to learn from other people, but I am trying to choose what I put into my mind. So, it is important to be really mindful about what goes into your mind too, right? So, with that being said, now I spend maybe 30 minutes in the morning, usually when the kids are not wake up yet, or maybe they have gone to their nursery or kindergarten, and it's not time for me to start work yet. So I quickly just grab my Kindle and time myself 15 to 30 minutes and really just read whatever I'm reading, continue reading. But when that doesn't happen, because I'm just too busy with other things that I want to do and get started with my work, what I always do is listening to audiobooks. So what I have been using is Audible. So that's audible.com, and I really like it, their system, because the fact that if we purchase something from them, from that Audible, the audiobooks, right? For example, if you at the end of the book, you kind of not liking the content, or it doesn't sounds right or whatever, you can really return it. So it's like a library, So I have been using it for quite a long time, and I have downloaded some books that I found that in the middle of it, I think it's just like the way that the author wrote in their book, it just doesn't click with my style. So sometimes I don't finish those kind of book, and I return that back and change with some other, there's so many topics. I mean, there are so many authors that writes on the similar topic, but you have to find the one that really kena lah dengan diri sendiri, really kena, it matches your soul, So sometimes it doesn't happen to me. For example, some productivity strategy that given by men in a corporate world on whatsoever. So it just doesn't click with me sometimes. So I kind of try to learn from them too. But if it just, I just think that it cannot, it's not applicable to my life or whatever, I, learn something from it, or maybe just stop altogether and find another great book to me to consume. So that is me being honest on how I learn. So really being picky about how you consume, about the input that goes into your mind, is really important these days, right? So that's one of the way to do it. And another thing is that keep a list of your book wish list. So I have always have wish list of what's the next book that I want to read. So for example, if I'm reading some great book, a good book that I kind of enjoy, so I look at what are the references that they reference to in the book, right? So from that, at the back of your book, you have these references, bibliography and whatnot, right? So look at that and go through what are some of the interesting topics, interesting titles that they referred to, that the author that you are reading referred to. So you can maybe use that as a guide for your next read, right? To like strengthen whatever knowledge that you are trying to acquire. So instead of just mindlessly walking into a bookstore and trying to find a great book for yourself, you have to be picky and strategize about what kind of book that you want to read, because there's a lot of it and there's a lot of information and knowledge that is available easily around us nowadays. So you have to be concerned on what you want to achieve, what kind of knowledge, what kind of skills, right? So yeah, but at the end of the day, anything is better than nothing, right? So if you kind of don't know what your next good read would be, you can just go to the bookstore and see whatever the bestseller are, right? So that would be okay too. But for me, I think it's a bit of advanced technique for me. So the way I do it is not like picking just whatever random stuff that is at the top of the shelf in the bookstore. Instead of doing that, I dig deep into what are the best sellers in the topic that I like to explore more, and then look at the references, look at the back of the bibliography of the first book that you have picked up, so that you know what's the most likely you will find a book that matches what you are needing right now, because you are being picky about that. Okay, so that's my tip on choosing and making a reading your habit, because honestly you need to start developing your reading habit, because it's an investment of your time, and nothing is more important than being able to develop yourself, self-development. And one of the ways to do it is, of course, reading a book. So remember, every day, before you move on to the normal hustle of your day, invest in yourself before your life turns into hectic activity. Read a book that will make you feel better. As with most habits that can greatly impact your life, this will never feel urgent, but it is important, so do it now. Okay, that's all for today's episode. Remember to subscribe for motivation. Keep on with your intention, love what you do, and be grateful. See you next week. Assalamualaikum.
Are you struggling to find time for yourself or for things that matters to you? Or if you even ever find some time, you found that you can't simply slow down and stop thinking about work. If you are one of those women, you'll benefit from the Success Accelerator program, my 12 weeks one-on-one success and productivity coaching program that helps you to do less and get more work done, so that you can spend more time doing things you love. Book a free call with me at draliamajid.com/coaching, or you can do a self-assessment using my free life audit workbook at draliamajid.com/life audit, or you can even join my Facebook group from the link below. Again, thanks so much for tuning in. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.